Is the real estate market crashing? Well, no, it's definitely not crashing and nowhere close to being crashed. But I will say, if you are a buyer and you've been on the sidelines for the last year and a half or so, you might want to consider actually getting into the market right now, specifically at the end of this year, beginning of next year. And here is why. You actually have more inventory than you ever have before. In fact, more than you've ever seen in the last 5 years. You have more time to look for homes, you have more negotiating power, and sellers are desperately needing to sell. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about why right now just might be the best time for you to be buying your first home. We all remember the craziness of the real estate market, 2 years ago or so, running to listings and, trying to make your mind up just like that because there are so many other people viewing the home, waiving inspections, overpaying for the house, well over the appraisal value. These are things that actually happened, 2 years ago with buyers. Well, that is not happening now. It is a completely different market now, and it's just so much more buyer friendly. Now, is it a buyer's market right now? Not exactly. We have about 4 months worth of supply, so that's not completely a buyer's market, but we're definitely going towards that direction. Now, what does that mean for a buyer? It means that there's a lot more inventory. In fact, from last year to this year, this exact same time, we have 4.9% more inventory than we did last year. So what does that mean? You have more choices. You don't just have to settle for the first home that you see and the first one that you can actually get because an offer has been accepted on your behalf. That's not the case. In fact, buyers are now actually having more negotiating powers. You have more time to think about the home. You could actually view the home several times before even submitting an offer. You could have contractors or inspectors go into the home before even submitting an offer to make sure it's actually a house that you actually want to purchase before even going under contract. And then once you do go under contract, sellers are actually having a lot more negotiating as well because they really do need to sell. The only reason that a seller is selling right now is truly because they have to. I mean, honestly, there's no other reason. So they know that they're going to have to be more lenient than they ever were before. So they're going to be helping a lot more with inspection issues. There's a lot of times where they'll actually pay for seller concessions and so help pay for rate buy downs or maybe closing costs for the buyer. There's just a lot more situations where you're going to have more power as a buyer to come in. There's more inventory. There's more sellers out there who are just needing to get rid of their homes. And that's so much more, fantastic for a buyer who's out in the market right now. Hey, just real quick, if you're enjoying this content or you find it useful or helpful to you, please click that subscribe button right there. Type a little comment. It really does help me out, push out more content to people just like you. Now back to the video. What's also happening right now, and I'm seeing a lot of this, especially in the Colorado market, is homes are sitting. So like I said, sellers are only selling if they absolutely have to. So homes are sitting for a lot longer, again, allowing buyers to have more time to view them. But because they are sitting, one, they have to be priced correctly to begin with. But if they're not, then they're not getting the showings, they're not getting the offers that they're hoping for. So you're going to get a lot of price cuts. In fact, right now, price cuts over time is roughly 10% of the original price, asking price. And then because, the sellers are so desperate right now and they are price cutting their home, when a buyer is submitting an offer, you could a lot of times come in even lower than that. And most likely a seller is going to accept your offer just because they really do need to move on from this home. So there's just a lot more power that the buyers have right now to get that home that you truly want. So if you've been on the brink of wanting to get into the real estate market, but just not really sure, regardless of the interest rates right now, because they are so volatile that they're up and down all over the place, it's a roller coaster right there. But I will say, if you flip back to 2 years ago or so, and the rates were super low, all the buyers were out, all of them were overpaying for homes just because the rates were so low. Now, if you're out there looking now, you actually get a lower priced home, have way more negotiating powers. Yes, your interest rate might be a little bit higher, but you can always refinance that when they start to drop. So what I will say is right now is actually the best time if you've been on the sidelines to get out there and start looking, because you actually are going to get more bang for your buck right now. and then have the opportunity to refinance later, you're not going to be overpaying for your house. I will tell you, so many people overpaid for homes 2 years ago, and it was so unfortunate. They didn't have inspections. They just pretty much gave away the farm just because they really wanted a home. Right now, it's not like that. This is a great time to get into the real estate industry. Please reach out to me if you have any additional questions. If you're in the market, in any market, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. I have affiliates all over the nation. I'm more than happy to get you in contact with some of the best agents in the country. Please just let me know. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And then to the next video, take care.